I downed an entire bottle of the potion, and my body instantly reverted to its youthful, radiant state. I leaned in front of the mirror, completely captivated by my own flawless, rejuvenated reflection. I reached for the door, ready to step outside, but I bumped straight into my husband right as I opened it. He grumbled that my outfit was far too revealing and improper. I snapped back at him defensively, and his temper flared up instantly.
Tramp who every week becomes less and less like the woman that I married.
In the heat of the chaos, he shoved me hard, and I tumbled straight down the staircase. I lay motionless on the floor at the bottom, panicked at the sight. But just then, I slowly pushed myself up and stood back on my feet. I stepped toward him.
You pushed me down the stairs.
He was so paralyzed with fear that he collapsed backward onto the ground. I reached out to help him up, but suddenly caught on to what was wrong.
I can see my ass!
My head had twisted all the way around, facing fully backward. My husband was frozen in absolute terror. I wrapped my arms around my own head and wrenched it straight back into place with a sharp, sickening crack. I was rushed to the hospital immediately after. The doctors told my husband they could not detect a pulse on me, and my blood had stopped circulating entirely.
Sitting there, you're talking to me, but you're dead!
I fainted right then and there from the shock. My husband refused to accept the diagnosis. He stormed out to consult other specialists, desperate for a second opinion. But by the time he returned to the hospital, I had already been transferred to the morgue. He snuck into the morgue under cover of night and pulled me out right before I was scheduled for cremation. He took me back home and blended custom skin pigments to paint over my pale, lifeless complexion. After careful touch-ups and refinement, I looked normal again, even more delicate and polished than before.
Oh, I'm peeling already. Oh, me too. Who's gonna fix?
I decided I wanted us both to have eternal life together. I slipped a dose of the potion into my husband's drink, hoping he would gain immortality just like me. But he found out and dumped the entire vial down the drain. In a fit of frantic despair, I struck him across the head, knocking him unconscious. I dragged my unconscious husband all the way to the witch's castle. The witch uncorked a glowing vial of potion, then pricked the tip of Ernest's finger with a needle. Miraculously, the tiny wound healed itself in the blink of an eye. The witch coaxed him to drink the potion.
Completion of your life's work. You gave other people youth.
But my husband pulled away abruptly.
What?
Then what happens?
What?
This is not a dream, this is a nightmare! You people all have to be stopped!
He snatched a small blade from the table, slashed the room's power line, and plunged everything into darkness. Then he fled up to the rooftop, using the dark as cover. I chased after him immediately, only to see him lose his footing unexpectedly. He was left dangling precariously over the edge, clinging on by one hand.
Find it! It's the only way you'll survive if you fall!
But he loosened his grip, letting the small vial tumble down into the void. Seconds later, he let go too. Fortunately, he crashed into the swimming pool below and survived the fall. 37 years passed. My husband eventually passed away of natural causes. At the end of a full life, I stood silently at his funeral, my face still unchanged by time. But by then, I had already become something no longer human. A monster frozen in youth.